Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. Today we're doing one of my very favorite things in the world, which is drafting the Arena Powered Cube. Let's get into it. Looks like we have a draft table. I will say I've been drafting a lot of Boros recently, which is not my preferred playstyle, so I'm going into this draft with a bit of a preference to not be Boros if possible. Having said that, we immediately open some pretty good Boros cards. Adeline is perfectly fine. Hellrider is a really nice one in Boros. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lean towards the card that has a plan. This card just comes with a plan and a half, Animate Dead. If you take this card, you're hoping to be in Reanimator naturally. A few other cards that I might consider in this pack. First of all, there is a Triome. Triomes are kind of maybe slightly less than a borderline pick. I think LSV says if you take a fetch land, you're not happy and you're not unhappy, and a Triland is a little bit worse than a fetch land. So I wouldn't be too sad taking this fetch land, or taking this Triumph, but I wouldn't be too happy either. Gitaxian Probe is a card that I personally quite like, because if I could play 39 cards in my deck, I always would, and Gitaxian Probe basically lets you do that. But Animate Dead gives us direction. It's a card that I know is sweet in a archetype that I know I enjoy. So let's just snap that up and be reasonably happy with it. Reasonably. Oh, I really want to have a Demonic Tutor if I'm playing a deck where my plan is Animate Dead. Look, I'm not trying to force anything here. It's not like I think Reanimator is the best and I desperately want to be Reanimator. I will be open to signals. If people just start passing me a billion really good Boros cards, I will play them. But I definitely have a strong preference after my last few videos to do something new. And Animate Dead plus Demonic Tutor kind of seems like a sweet game plan. Also, Cube is very much like a choose your own adventure situation. Obviously, you have to read signals. It's very, very important to not just pick the cards that you want to play. You have to not be cut off of your game plan in Cube, maybe even more than in a normal Premier set. But having said that, I do have a preference right now. Stated preference to not really be Boros. And Showdown of the Skalds is definitely tempting me. I think, Snuff Out is like a perfectly fine card. It's a perfectly fine card. It is really important in Cube to be able to remove threats without having to pay a whole bunch of mana, like on turn one to be able to remove threats. I do think the two best cards in the pack are probably Showdown of the Skalds and Flicker Wisp, and I'm trying to talk myself into picking something else. I mean, Essica's Chariot also is totally sweet. I don't really like being green in this cube, to be honest. I don't really understand green very much. I think, okay, I'm going to give everyone one more chance to be Boros and pass the Showdown of the Skalds. I don't necessarily recommend doing this. If Boros turns out to be wide open, we're going to really regret not having that like A+ card. But I think I really have a preference to not just post yet another Boros draft. Okay, looking at this pack, there are several cards that I'm interested in. First of all, Unmarked Grave and Bitter Triumph both go in the Reanimator deck. The reason that Bitter Triumph is good in Reanimator is that one of the possible costs is to discard a card. So you can discard your Atraxa and then you can Animate Dead on your Atraxa, right? That's the idea. Similar thing with Unmarked Grave. Unfortunately, you can't do this with Atraxa, but the idea is to search your library for whatever awesome payoff you want and then Animate Dead it. However, also Strip Mine is just Strip Mine. I mean, enough said. However, the card that I'm going to take is Fractured Identity. If you haven't played with this card before, it's like a control magic, but better. First of all, it works on any permanent, non-land permanent, but also you will get the ETB effect from it entering under your control. And by the way, also it's a token, which has some advantages. It can't be bounced back to their hand, and also you can copy it with Essica's Chariot, for example, so that's a cool thing. Oh, someone really got me good in my last video with Scythecat Cub. That was totally sweet. This person was just playing a zillion fetch lands with the Scythecat Club, and then they put a Skull Clamp on it, and then they were attacking me with like an 11-9 Trampler, and I was playing aggro, and there was just nothing that I could do about it, so that was totally sweet. How good is Grief? Probably not very good. It is early interaction like Thoughtseize, but if you do the evoke ability, but you're 2 for 1ing yourself to get that interaction, so I think we can do better. I might take Overgrown Tomb just to invest in my mana a little bit. I also might take Toxic Deluge. I think this card could be pretty sweet in Reanimator. But if we're in Reanimator, I think black green is a pretty likely place to end up. And I do kind of like the idea of building around the Scythecat Cub. It just kind of seems like a lot of fun. Let's try that. I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that's like the pick and that's the thing that we should be doing, but you know, that does seem pretty sweet. Okay, so here I think I'm between Nethergoyf, which I think is a perfectly fine card. It's a perfectly fine card. And Natural Order, which is a combo card. And in Cube, I tend to want it combo. So the idea of Natural Order is something like I make a, I don't know, little plant token or something somehow, and then I tutor my deck for an Atraxo with it for free. I will also say I'm pretty happy that I'm not being tempted by too many Boros goodies. I mean, Galvanic Discharge is a nice one, but after that showdown of the Scalds, we haven't seen too much awesome Boros to tempt me out of my lane. So I'm going to take this Natural Order. I mean, again, Nethergoyf might be the pick, but we're having fun here. We're having fun. I'm not trying to O3 or anything, but we're having fun. Holy smokes. Okay, well, Reanimator is an open lane. On Burial Rites, Necromancy, and Liliana. Between the three of these, I do prefer the Necromancy. Necromancy is instant speed reanimation. This is just the classic reanimation card. It's too sweet. Liliana is nice. The reason that Liliana is really good in Reanimator, by the way, is because you can discard your Atraxa or whatever, and then get it back from the bin. I will also note Candelabra is nice with specifically Tolarian Academy. I guess also Gaia's Cradle, but this means that no one has opened a Tolarian Academy yet. That's what that tells me. And I guess this could also be fine in Reanimator because you can mill your stuff, but only milling 3 doesn't really give you that much choice. So I'm going to take the Necromancy, and we are pretty solidly in a reanimation plan. I feel that Reanimator is clearly open at this table, so it's just about, does it stay open, and what do we get past? And I guess is something better open. Green Sun Zenith, I've said this many times, so I'll be brief here, but I definitely underrated this card. I thought it was bad because in Premier Drafts, this type of card is typically bad. The best thing you can get is not that great, and you're trading down on mana. If I spend 4 mana on Green Sun Zenith, I get a 3 mana creature, so I'm getting less value than I would if I just played the creature. The difference in Cube is your best card is really, really good. So Tutors are good in Cube if they put something into your hand or into the battlefield. Wow, we almost first picked this Triome, and now it's coming back to us. I mean, Hellrider is an amazing card, so Boros aggro maybe is open. If you haven't played with this card, it's just like not okay. I know you look at it and you're like 3/3 for 4. How good can it be? It can be good, but I think I'll take Rafine's Tower. I guess it helps me play my Fractured Identity if that's what I want to do. I would take a black-green duel if there were such a thing. By the way, Bolas's Citadel is like, I'm not going to say it's not really a card, but it leaves much to be desired. Okay. I wonder, I mean, Scavenging Ooze is kind of counter to the game plan of having things in the graveyard, but I guess if we get things in the graveyard that are not really reanimation targets, actually, maybe I just want him to Torak. Is that possible? Is it possible that I'd rather have outside pick? Do I just want the Savannah? Okay, I'm going for Savannah. Oh, over the kind of borderline. Holy smokes, Showdown at the Scalds does not belong here. I'm going to speculate on that. Wow, Showdown. So we just saw Amped Raptor into Showdown plus Flicker Wisp. There was a late Galvanic Blast or Discharge, and there was also, what was the card 3 packs ago? We're seeing just a feast of Boros suddenly. But okay, on Margrave, this is a card, that absolutely premium card for my deck. A card that really reassures me that we're in a lane that makes sense. I'll very happily take Grief. I mean, I guess Triplicate Titan is technically a reanimation target. I think I'd rather have Grief. I think I'm just going to hope to do better. Let's see. Sacrifice it unless it escaped. I mean, Escape is kind of good, but the double red scares me. I don't mind Lava Spur Boots because you can stick it on like your Atraxa or whatever right after you get it back from the bin. Okay, let's see. I really want to play the Artifact deck. I haven't done it at all since Cube came back. So that's definitely something I'd like to do. I wonder if I'm just on Ancient Tomb here. I guess Manamorphose is kind of good. I don't think Titania is where we're at. Could also be Baleful Strix, but blue is not a primary color for me. Okay, maybe this is weird, and this is an expensive card, but I wonder if I'm just on Titania. The reanimation deck does need a certain number of good creatures. I don't like being heavy green. The double green is a bit concerning to me, but this is just a weak pack. This is just a bad pack. I'm not saying you should go out and first pick a bunch of Titanias. Let's be crystal clear. Let's be crystal clear about that. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's not like a humiliation to pick it. But okay, this pack has several goodies for us. Number one, Entomb, which is what I'm going to take. Entomb, I already have Animate Dead and Necromancy, so we have a lot for the reanimation deck, and Demonic Tutor makes us even a little bit more consistent. So I'm definitely going to take Entomb. I do want a certain number of fetch lands to make my Scythecat Cub playable, so we are looking for opportunities to pick up fetch lands. I haven't played Leopold. What does this do? They can't draw more than one card each turn, and when you or a permanent you control begins the target of a spell or ability and opponent controls, you may draw a card. That does not seem good. I guess it's a combo with, you know, Time Twister or whatever. This pack does have the best removal spell ever printed in Magic. 1 mana to exile something at instant speed with no conditions, but I don't think we're on Swords to Plowshares. Although the white splash is not so hard for us, so it actually wouldn't be outrageous. But I just don't think that's what we're doing. Being past a Parallax Wave hurts, and a Ragavan. Wow. And Mother of Runes is just the absolutely ultimate Boros pack. Okay, wow. Boros is just always a little bit more open than you think it should be, even if there's a Boros drafter at the table. I think Boros is still really strong in this version of the cube. I know people have different opinions on this. I think it's still really strong. A few cards I'm considering. I think Sunset Saboteur is perfectly fine. It just is a threat that has to be answered. I would also take Blooming Marsh, but my mana requirements are not that serious. I mean, right now we're probably just not playing Showdown, or I mean, I don't think we're playing Showdown. We're probably not playing Fractured Identity. So I think I'll just take the Sunset Saboteur. I could, yeah, the Marsh is not like an original duel or anything. It's not like the best duel land you've ever seen. Oh, Mana Drain. Oh, that's what I want to be doing. Mana Drain, Galvanic Blast. Okay, well, Sundering Titan is a pretty sweet reanimation target. Actually, so is Vaultborn Tyrant. I think probably Vaultborn Tyrant is better. For me. Sundering Titan, it's hard to tell just how good it is because, and I said this before, but the game in hand win rate understates how good cards like these are, because if I draw Vaultborn Tyrant in my opener hand, for example, that's a disaster for me. I'm trying to animate dead that guy, right? So drawing it is like the worst case scenario. Same with Sundering Titan, which is mainly a tinker target. But I'm going to take Vaultborn Tyrant. I really need a certain density of payoffs for my reanimation. Oh, I wish I was playing Portal to Phyrexia. I really want to see why they put in Phoenix Fleet Airship. I have been trying to think about what the combo is with this card. How you get 1,000,000 airships or something. In Limited, it feels like the ceiling is actually not that high for this because a 4/4 flyer just wins so quickly unless it gets answered. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to take Go for the Throat. I mean, again, I could take Restless Cottage. I could take the Proving Ground. Maybe make the double splash of the Scalds a little bit more likely. I don't think we're doing that. But Destroy Target Creature is just a pretty good card in Cube. It's basically a Doomblade and 2 mana to answer almost any threat or sort of any threat. That's just going to be good for us. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not in the Mishra's Factory world. Return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield seems good. Yep, that seems good. So this is basically, what is it? Not Animate Dead, the other one. The one that Reanimate or something. I would take a Caustic Bronco just to have some 2-drops. Technically, Tifa would go with my Scythecat Cub, but I don't think the Cub is going to be very well supported no matter what we do. We're basically just doing a classic Reanimator situation here. I will absolutely take Damnation. Maybe Seismic Sense or Once Upon a Time is technically better for me. Oh, and Nia's in this pack. Yeah. Yeah, I could have had a pretty sweet Boros deck, but when could you not have a pretty sweet Boros deck in this cube? I think I'll just take Damnation. I have a very low creature count. I'm basically playing a control deck, and board wipes are sweet. I don't think Grist is very good at all. I've just been so disappointed with it every time I play it. I also don't think Tarmogoyf is the card. I guess Grist does mill cards for you, but you have to get really lucky for the card that you mill to be your reanimation payoff. I guess I'll take Tarmogoyf. It probably has a higher floor and ceiling, to be honest. Here I'm going to pretty happily take Baleful Strix. It's just a perfectly fine card, and if we end up playing blue at all, we'll be happy to play it. This pack was terrible, so I'm not too worried about not wheeling anything. It was just a terrible pack. Here I am between... Let's see. Actually, I think I want Collective Brutality because yes, Collective Brutality, I meant to say this when we saw it the first time. It's a nice enabler because I can, for example, turn 2 Collective Brutality, pitching my Vaultborn Tyrant, and then Animate Dead on turn 3 on that Vaultborn Tyrant. So anything that lets you discard a card is a good enabler for Reanimator. Holy smokes. So someone took Ragavan, but we wheeled, I think this was the pack, but we wheeled Parallax Wave and Mother of Runes and Manitive and Cathar Commando. Okay, Parallax Wave. If you have not played with this card, check any of my Boros videos where I talk at length about this card. I love Parallax Wave. Okay, I'm actually happily going to take the Sundering Titan. I think it's better for me than the Woodland. Yeah, actually the Woodland kind of seems sweet. But I really want targets for my reanimation spells. Wow, wheeling Restless Cottage feels good. And Tifa coming back. Hey, I mean, that is a 2-drop. And actually, Seismic Sense I might play. So that was a really good last few cards for us. Okay, several possibilities here. I wish I could take the Tolarian Academy, but that was not this draft. Apparently, Boros is wide open. I think someone is probably in Artifacts, though. Although we did see that late Candelabra, but this is the card that goes with Candelabra. Anyways, Archon of Cruelty is a nice payoff for reanimation, and I think we have enough enablers that I really want to start picking some payoffs. Another option is Noble Hierarch. The ramp is always good. Infernal Grasp is nice as well, and Bayou. From the fact that we just wheeled a Restless Cottage, I'm optimistic that we might wheel a Bayou. We really do want to prioritize fetch lands now that we have Scythecat Cub and Tifa Lockhart, but we don't see any of those. And Infernal Grasp is also nice because it is early interaction. I tend to think I'm just supposed to take the Archon here. I really need to have those payoffs. Reanimator does not work if you don't have a good top end of creatures. You really need to be consistently playing big threats early because your opponent is going to be playing, you know, Ocelot into X into Y into Z and just crushing you. This is a very interesting one. So, I mean, Ouroboros is a beating and a half. Deathrite Shaman and Elvish Mystic are both pretty nice ones to have, honestly, because they are both ramp. And Deathrite Shaman can take advantage of when things like, I don't know, Snuff Out go to the bin. But I actually wonder if I want Vampiric Tutor just to make my deck disgustingly consistent. I think that's probably, yes, disgustingly consistent is the watchword. Hopefully with both Deathrite Shaman and Elvish Mystic, I can wheel one of those. That's what I'm hoping. And Ouroboros is nice and everything, but we have a lot of top-end threats. What we would love to hit more than absolutely anything else right now is Atraxa. That's what I'm hoping to see. If someone passes me Atraxa, my life will be complete. You heard it here first. Okay, when it enters or attacks, mill 4 cards, then you can bring back a creature card. It is a May ability to bring back the creature. I actually wonder if I just want Lightning Greaves. In the Reanimator deck, a problem is that you do something like Animate Dead, or let's say, oh, do I only have 2 ways of actually bringing something back? I thought I was a little higher than just, oh yeah, but I was thinking I have Vampiric Tutor, plus I have Demonic Tutor. So you do something like you animate Dead during your turn, then they get a whole turn to, you know, do something about it. So that's part of why Necromancy is so good. You can just reanimate something at the end of their turn. But another thing is to have cards like Lava Spur Boots and Lightning Greaves so that your card can come in and immediately attack. Okay, Generous Ent is a totally sweet one for us. If you want to know why, check my last draft video. In game 3 of my last draft video where I was playing Boros, someone recurred, they land cycled an Oliphant turn 1 and then they reanimated it. I actually got them pretty low, but the 6/4 Oliphant, and then they Pyroblasted me, whichever is the one that can do 4 to any target. They hit me in the face for 4 and copied it with their companion Lutri. So anyways, the idea is you cycle this on turn 1, and then turn 2 you animate Dead it. And then you have a forest in your hand and a massive 5/7 that someone has to deal with. There's a Giver of Runes and an Unholy Heat and a Detective's Phoenix, etc. But we're just going to grab the Birds of Paradise, and I'm going to be very happy with that. I wish I was playing the deck that went Candelabra, Tolarian Academy, Mightstone, but I don't even think that deck is very open. So, okay, I'll take Birds of Paradise. Let's see, what can we take here? Probably Wasteland is sweet. I think Virtue of Persistence is way outclassed in this cube. Springheart Nantuko, how good is this card? Oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to do these landfall things. Unfortunately, I think the whole land thing did not work out for me, but our mana is not that demanding, so I'm very happy to take a Wasteland, especially now that we have a Birds of Paradise. It looks like, okay, actually Pillage the Bog is kind of sweet because it makes my deck more consistent. It's like not performing well in the set, but it makes my deck more consistent. Fanatic of Ronus I think is not where you want to be, because you don't want to ramp 2 to 4. This is a point that LSV makes a lot. In Cube, you don't want to ramp from turn 2 to turn 4. You want to ramp from turn 1 to turn 3. I'll see if this Pillage-a-Bog has a place in my deck. I mean, I do have a lot of tutoring already, so I'm not totally sure. I mean, Raphellos could potentially be sweet. I'm not playing Arwen and I'm not playing Questing Druid. This Triome is not relevant for me. Unfortunately, sadly for me, I'm not playing Daze. So, okay, hey, maybe we'll play Raphellos. Maybe. Okay, we wield the Infernal Grasp. I was hoping to wield one of those cards, and I thought maybe it would be Infernal Grasp. Is the next pack? Yeah, the next pack is the one where I think there were 2 mana dorks. So let's see if we got one back. Yep, we got back our Elvish Mystic. All right, very good. You know, oh no, sorry, that's the wrong card. Monstrous Rage is a good one for the Boros deck. Yeah, I was thinking this was Eternal Witness, but it's Reclamation Sage. I have a point to make about Eternal Witness, but we'll wait until we see one someday. So it looks like we're not playing this Savannah or the Rafine's Tower. So we basically just have one dual land. So our mana is actually not the best, but we also have a Birds of Paradise, etc., etc., etc. I guess potentially I could play Bellmark. Oh yeah, we haven't seen any lands cards. Someone at this pod is probably in the lands deck. Overlord's actually kind of sweet, I guess, because it is a target. Oh, Carnage Interpreter. The problem with Carnage Interpreter is that it makes you discard your whole hand, which is really awkward in Reanimator. Reanimator likes discarding things, but you don't want to discard your whole hand because then whatever you're planning to use to reanimate something is also going to get discarded. And yeah, what I was saying about Overlord is I guess it's a target for a reanimation spell. Like we could maybe search it up with Entomb. And Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Let's see. Maybe. If one of these cards, I don't think any of these cards has good activated abilities, though. Okay, well, we didn't see Atraxa, but we saw some pretty sweet. We saw a lot of enablers. I think our deck is going to be consistent. And we saw some pretty sweet payoffs. So let's clean this up and see how good it looks. Okay, I think I'm looking at something like this. So I have a bunch of mana dorks, which makes Natural Order pretty good and hopefully ramps me up towards like turn. I have essentially nothing on turn 3. It's one weird weakness of my mana curve, but I guess this is a 3-drop, and then on 3 I might be doing things like, in an ideal world, Entomb plus Animate Dead. I have a lot of 1-drops and especially 2-drops, so hopefully I can add up to a sensible turn 3. And then I have, actually, let me organize this into enablers and payoffs. Okay, so I basically have to get something from this column, Entomb, Unmarked Grave, or Natural Order, or something like draw a card and play a Collective Brutality and discard it, or something like Generous Ent that puts itself in the bin. So this is a lot of enablers. And then I have to get Death, Animate Dead, or Necromancy. And for each one of those, I have Vampiric Tutor and Demonic Tutor as well. Vampiric Tutor is a lot worse than Demonic Tutor, but I think I like the idea of just always reanimating something. A reanimation deck should reanimate something grotesque every single game. Otherwise, it's just not doing what it's supposed to do, because that's the one thing you need to do your combo as much as you possibly can. Okay, and then I have pretty good removal. Go for the Throat, Infernal Grasp, Snuff Out, and Damnation. All right, so let's see how this plays. As we jump into our first game, I would like to say this is a Magic Improvers channel where I post a new draft every day. I talk through every single decision I make. I try to be really clear about my thinking, why I'm making certain decisions, and why I am maybe not doing something else. And I'm really super open to comments and feedback. If you see a play that you think I could have done differently, this is a channel for growth, positivity, but growth. And I always really like to hear what you would have done differently in the comments, and I'll often solicit feedback along those lines. If growing as a player in draft along with this channel sounds cool to you, please do go ahead and click subscribe in the link below. All right, we have our very first game with our sweet Reanimator deck, which already has the combo, Entomb into Animate Dead. By the way, I am playing Lightning Greaves. Entomb is an instant. So I think let's do this at the end of their turn, even though it does give them an opportunity to potentially get some counter mana. It's not many counters. I guess Spell Pierce would be the only thing I'm worried about. So if they'd played an island with a Spell Pierce up, I would have been punished, but I think it's nice to also deny them the information about what I'm doing, because who knows if they have a way of like removing something from my graveyard. Okay, we do have a Lightning Greaves. Let's see, perhaps Vaultborn Tyrant is a good one. Could also be Overlord. No, I only have one. I only have Animate Dead. So let's put Vaultborn Tyrant in the bin. Okay, And then I'm going to play a forest, and let's animate dead on the Vaultborn Tyrant. It gives me a reimbursement of a card if they're able to destroy it. So I get to gain 3 and draw a card. That's pretty much all that I have going on. Oh yeah, it also gives me another Vaultborn Tyrant if they manage to kill it. Fresh start. Oh, that's a good one for them. I'm a little bit shut down. That's pretty much all that my deck can do. Okay, well, my dream scenario now is to draw natural order. That's a tough one. Them having fresh start, and I was just like making fun of that card. I think in my last video, I was like, why did they put fresh start in here? But yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Okay, well, Lightning Greaves shows up a little bit too late. Sure. Okay, so what I can do, honestly, maybe I do just go for the throat this, and then Lightning Greaves on the token. So when it dies, I make a copy of it. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of a funny play, but I'm going to Lightning Greaves my own Vaultborn Tyrant. It should make a copy of itself, I believe, unless something weird is happening. Oh, I guess I got that wrong. Is it a token? Oh, it loses all abilities. Of course, I didn't think about that. Dope. All right, well, this is a Magic Improvers channel. It loses all abilities from fresh start. Yep, didn't think that through. Okay, don't be like me. I spend my gems so you don't have to. Yep, forgot that fresh start would do that. Okay, so they duress my snuff out. So I guess I will pay 4 life to kill Lutri. And then you get to see my hand, but you don't get to take anything from it. Oh, sigh. Sigh, sigh, sigh. Yeah, I didn't think about how... I didn't think about how go for the throat would blank the Vaultborn Tyrant. But okay, let's pretend that that was intentional. Let's pretend that that was intentional because we wanted to get it into the bin, right? Yeah, that's what we were doing. We just wanted to get it into the bin, obviously. We wanted to put it in the graveyard so that we could play death on it, right? Yeah, that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing all along. All right, I'm going to play my land because I really want to get towards Archon of Cruelty, and I'm actually going to put the Lightning Greaves on Tarmogoyf because if they kill the Vaultborn Tyrant, I'm less concerned. Vaultborn Tyrant is a way better card to have killed than Tarmogoyf. And yeah, this is all because of that genius play where we go for the throated our own Vaultborn Tyrant because we were playing to our outs. We knew all along that if we just drew a reanimation spell, we would want to have the Vaultborn Tyrant in the bin. And so even though we knew that, oh, what's this going to be? Even though we knew Fresh Start was going to make the Vaultborn Tyrant not come back, it was worth it to us. Okay. All right. So Yogg will to play Fresh Start again. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I should actually... Okay, that actually might have been wrong. Maybe I was supposed to have the Greaves on the Vaultborn Tyrant so that it would give me a reimbursement so they couldn't blank it somehow. But okay, I don't really know if I was supposed to foresee Yogg will into a Fresh Start, the 5-mana Fresh Start play. Okay, Mind Collapse. Yeah, their deck is like Grixis Control. That's cool. That's cool. Yogg's Will is a card that I do not feel I understand as well as I wish I did. If you have an explanation for Yogg's Will, let me know. Let me know what Yogg's Will is all about. If there's like a primer out there, like a blog post, comment it. Comment it below. Okay, so they took my Archon of Cruelty. How much do I care about that? I mean, my Tarmogoyf has Shroud. Tarmogoyf is looking good in this deck. Tarmogoyf is looking good in this deck. So my Tarmogoyf has Shroud. So I think it's tough for them to kill. They don't have Damnation mana right now. So they might have to chump the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, this guy keeps not giving me a creature back. It's so sad to me. And then Brain Freeze. Okay, whew. Brain Freezing themselves? Very interesting. No, they're Brain Freezing me. But do they have, they don't have like a combo. What's happening? They Brain Freezed me once and then themselves 3 times? Oh, they're playing a Grixis Control to be a mill deck. Interesting. I mean, to be a what do you call it? A storm deck. Okay, so that guy dies. And then I will play my... Let's play my forest and not show them the wasteland just yet. Now, maybe I should have played wasteland, but I can't get them off a color here, so... All right. Okay, perfectly played game 1. I made 0 mistakes. I'm giving myself 100% accuracy in that highly skilled game of Magic. And we'll just never talk about it again. All right, on to game 2. All right, come on, let's... Entomb and Animate Dead in my opener was pretty sweet last time. Let's do that again. Vampiric Tutor, Unmarked Grave. Okay, we're actually doing it, right? Vampiric Tutor into Unmarked Grave is pretty good. Oh, Atraxa. I wish I had Atraxa. So Vampiric Tutor... Okay, here's how this works. Vampiric Tutor has to grab a reanimation spell. Expedition map. Okay. Vampiric Tutor has to grab a reanimation spell. So I will probably get Reanimate, I guess. Or I mean Animate Dead, sorry. I don't have Reanimate. So, okay. So the plan is I'm going to grab an Animate Dead. And then I'm going to Unmarked Grave probably... So a non-legendary card. Because the other thing I can do is I could get a green creature. Like I could play Elvish Mystic. Actually, is that better? Should I Vampiric Tutor for Elvish Mystic? Play the Mystic. Sorry, I know this is like, I'm spending so long on this decision, but play the Elvish Mystic and then I just grab Vaultborn Tyrant immediately? That could be good, right? Actually, yeah, maybe that's what I want to do. So I'm going to get an Elvish Mystic. Wait, hold on. This is an additional cost. Sorry, it's not an alternate cost. I actually haven't gotten to play that card yet. Okay, so I'm going to take Animate Dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So I will play a Forest and let's Unmarked Grave. And now they know exactly what's coming. But I guess I'll get Vaultborn Tyrant over Overlord. Vaultborn Tyrant probably. I'm not able to get Titania. That's fine. Yeah, I guess Vaultborn Tyrant's a good one. All right. And then we're going to animate some dead. It's a pretty nice start, I think. Everyone's companioning Lutri because it's for free. Like every game I play, my opponent is companioning Lutri. Okay, hopefully they don't have Pact of Negation or Spell Pierce would be pretty annoying here. Spell Pierce would be an annoying one. Okay, they don't have it. All right, draw card. So I do get a reimbursement even if they have a removal, a partial reimbursement. Yeah, maybe I do want the Lava Spur Boots. Maybe, because I keep feeling like I want my Lightning Greaves. An interesting one is life. Okay, your lands are colorless creatures, so life doesn't enable natural order. You can't sack a land to natural order. They also don't have anything wastelandable at the moment. Oh, they're targeting my Vaultborn Tyrant? No, okay, Barrowgoyf. That's fine. So I can... My first inclination is just Infernal Grasp that guy. That's my first inclination. Just Infernal Grasp the Death Toucher, going for 5. I think that's probably good. Just going to shoot that guy, going for 5. Sounds right. Bonk. All right. Barrowgoyf in the bin. It doesn't have like escape or anything, yeah? Okay. See what you got. Well, last turn they weren't able to kill it, which is good news for me. Even if they can kill it, Vaultborn Tyrant has this annoying way of coming right back, unless your opponent has just fresh started it. That's the one exception. Okay, that can get wastelanded, although I'm not sure that I really want to do that. Natural order on Vaultborn Tyrant is pretty sweet, right? I think it could be. Okay, so is this they can't chump block because this thing has trample. I don't think I want to natural order my own Vaultborn Tyrant, especially since they might have bounce or flicker spells. Is this legendary? No, of course not. So actually, is that totally sweet? Is it actually totally sweet to natural order my Vaultborn Tyrant? I gain 3, draw a card, and I get what? What would I tutor? I'm actually going to look at my deck list for a moment. So the best that I could do is get a Generous Ent. So what I would do is I would natural order, sacking the Tyrant. I get back Tyrant plus Generous Ent, and then I would be able to return the Vaultborn Tyrant to play. Is that a good thing to do, though? I feel like if it were better than Ent, I would do it. If it were better than Ent, I would do it, but it doesn't actually feel like it's getting me resources. It gets me a slightly better threat of having another 5/7 in play. I mean, that's good. I'm not trying to sneeze at having a 5/7, but okay. All right, resolves. It's a 5/5. What am I able to do here? I keep getting priority. What am I able to do? Oh, Wasteland. Yeah, I will not be using Wasteland. Oh, actually, Titania does want Wasteland to be in the bin, doesn't it? Yeah, no, I need like 6 mana to do that. Okay. So I actually do now want to do... I would need 1 more land to do this Titania recurring Wasteland thing. Okay, let's first attack with Vaultborn Tyrant. I think it's time. I think it's just time. So let's attack with Vaultborn Tyrant. See if they chump. You can't flash in an artifact probably, can you? Okay, now I am just going to do... Actually, hold on. A land is put into the graveyard from the battlefield. Make a 5/3. Yeah, I really want 6 lands. Okay, let's do natural order. Let's do the... No. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm vacillating so much. I think I'll actually just play Titania. Sorry that I'm vacillating so much. It's really complicated. All right, I get a Tarmogoyf. That's fine. What is Tarmogoyf? A 3/4? Could be better, but Wasteland will make that guy chunkier. Hopefully they can't just like flicker everything, flicker my Vaultborn Tyrant, etc. I have a pretty good board. Mightstone and Weakstone giving something -3, -5, I mean. Okay. Not a problem, I think. Vaultborn Tyrant has Trample. Oh, I guess the Kappa Cannoneer can profitably block the Tyrant. So that's a little annoying. Well, not profitably, because I get my Tyrant back. So probably what I want to do is Death, bringing back Titania. So I bring this back. I could have Wastelanded first, but I really want to get the extra land from Wasteland. Or the extra 5/3 from Wasteland, I mean. Right, so can return a land, but there is no such thing. I gain 3 and I draw a card. Damnation's an interesting one. Then I will bust that guy up and get my trigger. Then I get to draw 3, or draw 1 and gain 3. I wish it was a draw 3. That would be sweet. Okay, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do the whole sacking Vaultborn Tyrant thing. I think this is better. And then, how afraid am I of a board wipe? Kind of just want to play Tarmogoyf and get my card back, right? It has power 4 or greater. So I'll play the Goyf, get a card back. I don't think I'm afraid of a board wipe. I mean, all my cards keep giving me a reimbursement of a card anyways. I cannot cast this. Kind of wish that I could. Return a creature from your graveyard to your hand is like the opposite of what Reanimator wants to do, but milling is always nice. I guess. I don't really have any recursion stuff here. I could attack with the Vaultborn Tyrant, but I don't think that's such a good idea. Maybe I was supposed to. Okay, they're going to go and get a land. Makes sense. That makes Tarmogoyf a 5/6, which is kind of nice. Going and getting a land. Okay, they do have a lot of mana, right? Oh, Tolarian Academy. Very interesting. Very interesting. I have them very low. If I'm able to play Archon of Cruelty at any point, then I kill them. Actually, maybe that was a good reason to play the Elvish Mystic, now that I think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6. Then I need to draw 2 lands still to play Archon of Cruelty. They have infinite mana. I wonder if they have like time walks and stuff. It's cube. Anything can happen in cube. Okay, discard 2 cards at random. I accept. Elvish Mystic and Overlord. Okay. A little annoying. Damnation is really bad for me here, right? It's just a pretty blank card. So unfortunately for me, they can block my Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay, Companioning Lutri, don't mind that at all. Unfortunately for me, they can block my Vaultborn Tyrant with the Kappa Cannoneer, and then everything else just gets chumped. The third path Iconoclast is doing a lot of work. A lot of work. I still probably do attack with everything. I think on this board currently, oh, okay, sure, let's do that. So discarding my hand is really good for me, because if I'm able to recur this Archon of Cruelty, if I can just get, oh, we're going to discard and draw 14. Okay, sure. Let's do that. That's really funny. Sure. Okay. If I can get Necromancy or Demonic Tutor plus Necromancy, hopefully I just don't discard Necromancy is the thing. Are they trying to mill me out? What's happening here? Okay. Draw. Okay, all right, good. These are cards that I do not mind having in the bin. I'm just going to resolve these. Yep, no, that was really good for me. I really just need to find Necromancy now, or Demonic Tutor. Yep, Necromancy. Hello, Necromancy. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is just bring this back and try to have them lose 3. Oh, I can also snuff out on this guy, which is nice. Can I? Yeah, I can by paying 4 life. Yep. So that's good. I have a good attack no matter what. I think they only have 1 mana here. When you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X. Yeah. So, but they don't have any mana left floating, do they? All right. Looks like we are just going to Necromancy our Archon of Cruelty. It's a very cruel play, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. From my graveyard, please. Bring back Archon of Cruelty. It enters. Trigger. Hopefully you just lose 3 and die. Do they have instant speed life gain? They're just making choices. Do you have life gain? Path to Exile? No. Or, I mean, not Path to Exile. Swords to Plowshares? Okay. All right. Phew. It looked like they had something, but they did not. Our deck is working out pretty sweet. Yeah. Cross my fingers. Every time I say something like that, I run up against the most cracked decks in Cube and everything goes terribly. But fingers crossed, deck's working out pretty nicely so far. 2-0, on to game 3. All right. Come on, let's get another awesome hand. Not the best one. Not the best one. I don't know. I kind of want to just mulligan this. I can't play Overlord. I kind of want to just mulligan it. It's sweet if I draw... Like, think about it this way. If I draw Animate Dead, I have the Generous Ent thing. I have the Generous Ent in my bin, but I don't even have the black mana to play it. So I need to draw black lands and a way to reanimate. Vampire Tutor and Demonic Tutor both require black, so no, let's mulligan that. Unmarked Grave and Necromancy is sweet. I'll keep this, and I'm going to put Vaultborn Tyrant back with absolutely no hesitation. That is a card that you want to be in your deck if you have Unmarked Grave and Necromancy. It is non-legendary, right? Yeah, that's probably the one that I'm going to bring back. So let's go ahead and do that. Opponent's on Verdant Catacombs, okay. Yep, I'll probably do Vaultborn Tyrant. Because if you do the Archon of Cruelty, then they see it coming. I don't know, Vaultborn Tyrant is just sweet, especially against green-black, if that's what they are. Because spot removal does not line up well against Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh, but they might have counter. They might have counter magic. That's unfortunate. I wonder if next turn I just wasteland the Hedge Maze. If they keep up, oh, well, now they have 2 ways of making blue, I mean. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's just go ahead and Necromancy right now, main phase, while they hopefully can't counter. They could have Pact of Negation, or Force of Will, but they didn't. Thank goodness. Animate Dead, that's a cool one. So if they kill my Vaultborn Tyrant, I can make another Vaultborn Tyrant, getting a double trigger. Yeah, Vaultborn Tyrant is a sweet Reanimator target. I think if you look at its stats on 17 lands, no, Exile? That's so rude. That's so rude of you, honestly. Can't be countered, trample. And when it becomes a target of something, you draw a card. I'm just going to slow roll a Damnation here. I'll take the 4. Well, do I slow roll it or do I just do it right now? Actually, I have a go for the throat, so I'm just going to do this right now. It's a 2-for-1. Could have been better. I mean, yeah, Swords to Plowshares. I always call this card Path to Exile, by the way, just a thing about me. Okay, I wouldn't mind having that or a Boroid, but actually, would I rather entomb a? Hold on. We can do better. We can do better. I'm going to go for Archon of Cruelty. Yeah, my deck just has it all. It just has the most awesome payoffs. And then I'm going to get my own Archon of Cruelty. What's better than spot removal? Archon of Cruelty. Yep. All right, quick game 3. That was a nice one. Yeah, our deck is just so consistent. It's just so consistent. That was a good mulligan. Payoffs and enablers, my friends. That's what it's all about. I'm glad that I drafted this instead of that very good but very consistent Boros deck that was going around. Okay, 3 wins and 0 losses. On to the next one. Elvish Mystic Unmarked Grave Damnation. I don't think I mulligan this one. I also have a Restless Cottage. I don't think I mulligan it. I don't think I mulligan every hand that does not have both an enabler and a payoff, right? Worst case scenario, this hand can ramp into a damnation. I mean, ramping into a board wipe is a funny idea, but... Fatal Push? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. I think I will go ahead and just Unmarked Grave. I really don't want to draw my Vaultborn Tyrant. You know, as I do this, I realize a big risk of what I'm doing here is allowing them to reanimate because they're in black. That has happened to me. So I think what I'm going to do is put Overlord in the bin. Something that doesn't have an amazing ETB. Could also be Titanium. No, not Titania because it's legendary. I'm going to put Overlord in the bin. Something that I can answer with Damnation if they just play Reanimator right now. In Reanimator, you really need your enablers and your payoffs to be connected. You need to play the enabler and then play the payoff. Yeah, exactly. So we called it. It does give them some value back, but now hopefully they just play that and then I'm going to Damnation. It's very possible I just wasn't supposed to play Unmarked Grave at all, but it's kind of like, in my view, like a 30% chance that they're in Reanimator anyways. So we're probably like 2 for 2ing in the end here, something like that. I guess they did get value from this attack. Okay. All right, maybe I just shouldn't have played the Unmarked Grave. Honestly, maybe the mistake was all the way back at not mulliganing. Oh, Time Walk. Okay, that's a good way to punish me. That's a good way to punish me. They're actually not even a Reanimator deck. They just happened to have Reanimate in their hand. It doesn't even look like... It doesn't even look like they're playing a Reanimator deck. They just had one Reanimate. Oh, it happens. I guess maybe the lesson for us is there's so much Reanimate just running around in this format. Okay, Force of Will. Okay, they got me. I guess the lesson is there's just so much random Reanimate running around that people who are not even playing Reanimate could just have a Reanimate spell for no reason. So I guess in general, playing the... I guess basically my reasoning when I played the Enabler to put the card in my graveyard was there are cards that don't give them too much value in the next turn while they Reanimate. And there's like a 30% chance after seeing a blue-black land that they're playing Reanimator, 30% or lower, but let's just say 30%. So it's like a 30% chance of something not that bad happening. And then compare that to the probability times the payoff of me drawing a Reanimation spell in the next few turns. I'm really going to want that to be set up. And what happened to us is it's actually a little bit higher than 30%, I guess. Or it's higher than the raw odds that they're playing Reanimate, because they could just be someone in blue-black who happens to have a Reanimate in their deck without any clear enablers that I saw and also happens to draw it. And then, of course, they could also have a Power 9 card like Time Walk to just get like infinite value and 1 million damage out of that thing. Having said that, I strongly suspect we were not winning that game because they had like days and all these things that would be counters to us anyways. So I guess I'll keep this and I'll save the Tutor for whatever I don't draw between an enabler and a payoff. So anyways, it looks like a really bad punishment for putting that in the bin, and it was a really bad punishment. I don't know that I would do the same decision again, but I think the thing that I should take from it is there's just so much random black Reanimation running around. Someone who's in like red-black and not Reanimator at all might just have a Reanimation spell because it's just a good spell in raw terms. So I guess that's my takeaway. Go ahead and leave a comment if you think that something in my calculation is wrong and I should do things very differently next time. I probably would not play it the same way next time, but it's specifically because I believe... Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's specifically because I believe now that some random deck might be running Reanimate. It's not just the probability that they are in Reanimator. Okay, so I don't have a 1-mana reanimation spell. In the spirit of learning from our beats, I really want to play my reanimation enablers and payoffs all at once. So I'm not going to unmarked grave here. My plan is to, I guess, demonic tutor right now. And I'm going to find a animate dead, probably would be the correct one. I'll find an animate dead. And then we're going to try to get an Archon of Cruelty in play, probably. Or maybe a Vaultborn Tyrant. So next turn I should have access to 4 mana, including 2 black. So I should be able to just unmark grave and then animate dead. Lotus Petal, okay. Thraben Inspector, Lotus Petal. What deck do we think this is with green and white? Maybe just a mid-range? Oh, that's really annoying. That's annoying. Yeah, that's a tedious one, for sure. Well, they see what our game plan is now. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So I'll probably just go for the throat. I mean, best case scenario, they put Unmarked Grave away and I draw Entomb, or here I draw Death. That would be the best case scenario. No blocks. Necromancy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That does it, right? Yeah, very nice draw. I'm really, really pleased with just how much... So I probably want Vaultborn Tyrant because I could just sack the Thraben Inspector. I'm really, really pleased with how many payoffs and enablers I have. I'm really pleased with that. Oh, Lightning Greaves is a pretty nice one. If they kill my Vaultborn Tyrant, I guess I learned that Swords to Plowshares is a little bit good against Vaultborn Tyrant, right? That is one thing that I learned for sure. Okay, in comes the Spellbinder. I'm going to play the Greaves. Lightning Greaves is just so sickening. Shroud, I remember when they first printed Shroud. I'm that old. It's just not okay. It's just not an okay ability. I will play this land. I mean, you know, if I draw one of my, I don't know, Titania or something, I'm going to want to be able to cast it. I have a face-up Go for the Throat, so I'll probably just play that at the end of the turn. Maybe. Phantasmal Image. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, okay, so what I can do is I can kill the Vaultborn Tyrant. So it gets sacrificed. You get a Vaultborn Tyrant copy, but your Phantasmal Image goes to the bin, and I have an Animate Dead in my hand. So guess who's going to get a Phantasmal Image now? Oh, and you have a Lava Spur Boots. It's the mirror match. That's so funny. I didn't even realize I was in the mirror match. Okay, so I'm going to Animate Dead on your Phantasmal Image. It will come in as a Vaultborn Tyrant. I get double trigger. Trigger, trigger. All right, I did draw Titania. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'll play this and I'll Infernal Grasp your Vaultborn Tyrant. And then I will equip my Lightning Greaves to my new Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh, no. I would have to sacrifice it. Thank you, Arena. Thank you, Arena. If this were a tournament, I would have just sacrificed my Vaultborn Tyrant. Thank you, Arena. Yeah, much appreciated. Didn't think about that. Did not think about that. My bad. And if they kill either Vaultborn Tyrant, then I get a token and 2 triggers. Pretty good. Pretty good. So Lightning Greaves on the Vaultborn Tyrant that has a Necromancy on it is kind of funny because they can always say they bounce the Necromancy. That's pretty much a way of targeting the Vaultborn Tyrant because then I would have to sacrifice the Vaultborn Tyrant, right? If Necromancy goes away, then Vaultborn Tyrant dies. But we do get a token and 2 triggers out of that, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, you gain 3, draw a card, and then something about a land. Whoa, I've never seen this before. What the heck? Who programmed that? Someone stayed late at Arena HQ to program that up. Oh, Caragas with Uro. Never seen that one before. That's cool. It's a 4 mana draw 3 and draw card, gain 3 and draw card combo. Yeah, that's a cool one. Caragas and Uro. Nice. I like it. Okay, I'm going to go with Titania double trigger. Titania, trigger, 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 trigger. I don't think I have a land, but trigger, trigger, trigger. Okay. Entomb is an interesting one. I'm going to go ahead and just put this right on Titania. I will play a Tarmogoyf because I don't think we're getting... Well, we could get... Wrath of God is a real thing here, actually. Wrath of God is a real thing here. So let's not just slap down a Tarmogoyf. Although it's not really because I have double Vaultborn Tyrant. It's not really a real thing because I do have Vaultborn Tyrant. Entomb does not up my Goyf count. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to go in with these three. I think I do want to keep my Mystic back. Playing card seems good. Okay, fair enough. So bonk, bonk, and bonk. You go to 6. I think I probably do play the Goyf, actually. Well, I'm so glad that... Because now I have an extra card in my bin, so I get the triggers. I'm so glad that Arena saved me. Yeah, and then Greaves on Goyf, probably, because it's so awkward on this Necromancy one. And yeah, I'm so glad that Arena saved me from targeting targeting the Phantasmal Image with Lightning Greaves. It's the opposite of the Nadu combo. Winds of Abandon. Oh, Exile is really good, yeah. Exile is really good. So they overloaded Exile. So I just need to deal 6 damage, right? Maybe I should have left up mana for Vampiric Tutor. That's actually an interesting one. Okay, so how many do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Sure. Okay. So I can attack with Restless Cottage. I'm not forcing the block. I'm almost forcing a block. I can't kill anything here, can I? No. Okay, so I'll attack with the Cottage. Actually, I'm realizing... Okay, I do have 1 reanimation spell left. Oh, you know what I could have done? Oh, no. Never mind. I was thinking I could get the life and turn all my guys into 1/1s. So do I just snuff out here? It seems really good, right? I think it seems really good to put them down to 2. Then they go up to 5. They do go up to 5. All right. I'll attack and I'll exile... I don't know. Do I even want to exile something from a graveyard? Well, there's enough sorceries in the graveyard, so I guess I'll just try to make sure you can't recur that. I assume you chump block? Yep, makes sense. Okay, now if they do their Uro thing, I guess what happens if I put the Greaves on this? It falls off, right? Yep. If they do their Uro thing, I will snuff out Uro with Caragas on the stack. They can't like Lava Spur Boots it or anything because Evoke goes on the battlefield. Evoke goes on the stack. It's not Evoke, is it? Sacrifice. It's not technically Evoke, I guess. But close enough. The instant sack trigger. Ranger Captain of Eos. You get a creature with mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Well, let's go ahead and kill that. I don't like the idea of I can't cast non-creature spells. Then if they sack it, in response, I need to go full control here. I can put things on the sack in response to the sacrifice trigger, right? So I'm going to start, I have to start with Entomb. Because otherwise, I'm about to shuffle with Vampiric Tutor. Or if I do Tutor and then Entomb, then the shuffle is going to disrupt the tutoring. So I will put probably Archon, or no, sorry. What I have to do is I have to tutor up Death. So I guess, yeah, I'll put Archon in the bin. I guess Entomb didn't really matter that much. And then I will put this on the stack. I'm at 34 life, I guess because of all those Vaultborn Tyrant triggers. Now I'm going to tutor up Life and Death. Hopefully they can't mill me. If they can mill me, then I'm in trouble. That's part of why the put something on the top tutors are not the best. Okay, I can go out of full control now. All right, so you get something and something happens. I might just play life at this point, honestly. Okay, Ocelot Pride has first strike and lifelink. Yep. Okay. Do you have the city's blessing? No, okay. Do I just do death here? I mean, do I just do life here? How much damage is this? They don't have oust. Let's see. No, because I can Lightning Greaves on Archon of Cruelty, which has flying. So let's just do that one. And then I can also activate Restless Cottage if I want to. Hopefully this resolves. If it doesn't resolve, then I might be in trouble. If they have like Pact of Negation or something. Okay. Phew. That makes me feel a lot better. I'm not sure what there is for 1 green or 1 blue at this point. There could definitely be something, but I'm not sure what it would be. All right, you get a card, put the Greaves on the Archon. Does it resolve? Or you have something here? Solitude. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. Well, that's partly annoying because that means that they have a chump blocker. They exiled what? Unexpectedly absent? Oh no, they evoked it. So I think I still win, right? Sunset Saboteur was a really nice draw for me. Nice lucky draw. Activate the cottage. Put the Greaves on the Saboteur in for 8. And I think we got it. And your pride can get a little bit more prideful. And sure, let's exile Solitude. Okay, I'll pay the word cost. That's fine. All right, we did it. Woo, what a game. I didn't think about exile everything. Winds of Abandon was a nice one from the opponent. A very nice little find. Good stuff. All right, so we're 4-1 now. The game that we dropped, we just got beat at our own game of reanimating stuff. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling with a 5th win. All right, come on. Let's get a really nice hand. Unmarked Grave, Elvish Mystic. I mean, Overlord plus Unmarked Grave is a little bit awkward, but because these are both enablers. But I guess if I get any payoff, I'm happy. But I guess I need to get a payoff pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, this is awkward. Against Ocelot Pride, this is awkward. Everyone's competing Lutri. I guess it's Boros aggro Lutri companion. That's my guess right now about what I'm up against. That's my guess. Overlord does go nicely with Tarmogoyf. If I can play my Swamp, impend the Overlord. Yeah, what did I say? Oh, what? Okay, I'm absolutely hosed. I'm absolutely hosed. I don't know what I can do. I exile 2 cards from a graveyard. Yep, they're running. They're just main decking the Reanimator hoser. What do I do? I mean, even playing Tarmogoyf feels bad here. I obviously cannot unmark Grave. I have to wait until Unlicensed Hearse is tapped down. I guess that's the game plan. Wait until the Hearse is tapped down as a creature. And I have to get Unmarked Grave and whatever recursion at the same time. Okay, it's actually Jeskai. No. No. You're going to take Damnation? Well, now they get to see my hand and they know what to do. Yeah, this is not looking good for us. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this one. This is a tough scrape. Yep, they take Damnation, obviously. It makes sense. I'm not going to block. Yeah, I don't really know how we're going to get out of this one. Elite Spell. Unlicensed Hearse into Elite Spellbinder was like almost the worst case scenario for me. The problem is now they know that they're never supposed to tap this Unlicensed Hearse. Now they know to never tap Unlicensed Hearse. I guess the way that I can bait that out is if I impend my Overlord. Okay, here's the game plan. I think I see it. I'm going to impend Overlord. They're going to tap their hearse end of my turn. We go to their turn. No, there's no reason for them to tap their hearse again, though. I have to get 2 threats in the bin at the same time. Oh, this is a tough one. I kind of want to go Tarmogoyf into playing the Overlord as a creature. Let's impend the Overlord. Essentially, I'm just trying to bait out them tapping their hearse in time for me to Vampiric Tutor and Unmarked Grave. Okay, so I can get back a Sunset Saboteur and play it. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice, right? Is it? Does it even matter? Maybe I just get birds. Let's get birds back and play that with my Elvish Mystic. That way I could Damnation next turn. Damnation is really good on this board, right? Okay, so my idea is I'm hoping that they just keep tapping their hearse. I guess I was hoping to mill like multiple good recursion targets here. Yeah. If I can get if they turn this into a creature and I can find a removal spell, maybe what I want to do is Vampiric Tutor for a removal spell to kill the hearse, just on the theory that I'm not going to win until I can get rid of that hearse. So maybe what I want is either Infernal Grasp or go for the throw doesn't work, but maybe Infernal Grasp. I guess I could also do a greens or a natural order, let's say. I could do a natural order. I could do natural order to get Vaultborn Tyrant. That doesn't use the graveyard. Yep, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, well, I take this. Yeah, maybe it's a natural order to get Vaultborn Tyrant. And then Damnation. That could be right. They do have counter mana as well. If they can counter my stuff, I'm toast. Okay, it's not looking like a counter. All right, I'll go get Vaultborn, or I'll go get Natural Order. Just something that does not use the graveyard. And you have the City's Blessing. Awesome, of course you do. All right, tap the Mystic, tap, I guess. Natural Order, sack, autopay, sack Elvish Mystic. Get a Vaultborn Tyrant. Gain some life at least. Unless you have Daze or something. Okay, or no, Daze doesn't do it, but something. Yeah, it will be Vaultborn Tyrant. Draw card, gain 3. And then I guess I do play Tarmogoyf because it gains me 3. I will take 3 from the Spellbinder, but that's okay. So I'll play Tarmogoyf, hopefully get a trigger. Gain 3, draw card. I could Damnation, but now I don't really want to. Maybe I was supposed to hold the Tarmogoyf so that I can Damnation next turn, getting a Tyrant token back, but then they're going to have a 6/6 hearse. Sounds like I'm not winning that fight. They have such an incentive to keep hearse untapped all the time in case I draw like a Necromancy or something. Well, except when I'm tapped out like this, obviously. Yeah, I specifically need destroy target, Infernal Grasp, destroy target creature, lose 2, something like that. I need something like that. These games are going a little longer than I would have expected when I'm piloting such a straightforward deck. I feel like there's just a lot to think about. There's just a lot to think about. Looks like they might be targeting Vaultborn Tyrant. If they have Swords to Plowshares or something, then I'm really not sure what I can do. Tarmogoyf is looking so bad that I guess I don't even care if Damnation hits it. I feel like I'm pretty much toast. I need to draw like absolutely perfectly. Yeah, I take 3. No questions asked. Okay, interesting. So I can Demonic Tutor for Necropotence. I mean, not necropotence, necromancy. But then they know what I got. I guess I can demonic tutor. The issue is, even if I demonic tutor for Infernal Grasp, I don't know if they're ever even going to turn that thing into a creature. What else can I get? Snuff Out destroys a creature. Archon of Cruelty, Sunset Saboteur, Animate Dead, Collective Brutality. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I can do here. I could Damnation. Is Damnation good in this situation? I think my only hope is that they turn Unlicensed Hearse into a creature. I guess, okay, hold on. I guess I can Demonic Tutor for Necromancy. They're only going to tap this down at the end of my turn. But if I can get Vaultborn Tyrant in the bin, Necromancy is instant speed. So after they tap, I can cast Necromancy. So let's do that. It requires me to get something in the bin the old-fashioned way. Yeah, let's get Necromancy. Let's get Necromancy because it's instant speed. Okay. So next turn I could do something like Unmarked Grave, something into the bin. I still need my Vaultborn Tyrant to die. That's the really awkward thing. I could attack, but what do I even get from attacking here? I guess I need to put some pressure on, but then they can exile things from my bin and they're coming in for 1 million. Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea. Rats, I really want to be able to sacrifice something to Necromancy. Okay, maybe next turn I Damnation, and then I Necromancy at the end of the following turn. That's so bad. Maybe I was supposed to Damnation first, get my Vaultborn Tyrant token. I mean, sorry, Damnation first, get my Vaultborn Tyrant token, then Necromancy at the end of the following turn. That could be it. My dream scenario is that they attack with Unlicensed Hearse. Then I get to chump block with Vaultborn Tyrant, drawing a card, Necromancy the Vaultborn Tyrant while it's tapped. The only problem is I really want to have Infernal Grasp if they ever make this a creature. I highly doubt they'll ever attack with this because they see the game plan. They see that I have Unmarked Grave. Another possibility would be for me to just spend the Unmarked Grave to try to bait them into being willing to make their Unlicensed Hearse a creature. If they didn't have Unlicensed Hearse, I would feel so good about this game. It's just that they're main decking the absolute ultimate hoser of the Reanimator deck. The card that is the absolute best at hosing Reanimator. I think I just have to Damnation during my turn. Dream scenario. No, I don't really have a dream scenario. I don't really have a dream scenario. I think I just chump block and I'm going to Damnation during my turn. The issue with Damnation is then they're cracking in with an 8/8 and I'm tapped down. But I can take the 8 and then the following turn I can bring in Vaultborn Tyrant. If they have any counter magic, I'm lost, but I think that's just fully priced in. Any counter magic and I lose, that's just true. Okay, that's kind of nice, maybe. All right, I'm just going to Damnation right now and see if it resolves. I could try to get in a cheeky attack first, but I don't think that makes a difference. This Damnation has been face up, so I'm scared of whatever they've been holding in anticipation of Damnation. Okay, in comes Vaultborn Tyrant. I do gain 3 and draw a card. Green Sun Zenith for 5 is pretty good. That gets me Titania plus a Tyrant trigger. So they're going to... Oh, sorry, it's not an 8/8. It's going to be a 10/10. But hey, I'm at 15. So they can get rid of Vaultborn Tyrant now from the bin, unfortunately. So my Necromancy idea doesn't quite cut it. Lutri. Okay, it's fine with no copy. This Hearse is just single-handedly killing me. It's so sad. This Hearse is just single-handedly killing me. Well, if they do ever attack with it, I can Unmark Grave and Necromancy. I still haven't seen some of my best stuff. I still have not seen some of my best stuff, including Archon of Cruelty. I have never drawn my Generous Ent. Sage of the Skies. Oh, that's tough. That is tough for me to deal with. That is a tough one. Very glad that I have Necromancy. So do I just unmarked Grave? No. Necromancy on the stack does like nothing. So maybe I do just get Titania here. Maybe I do just get Titania. Just to get some life points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, I'm just trying to build a board. And this does gain me 3 and draw 1 if it resolves. Yeah, so I'll get Titania. Trigger, trigger. One of those triggers does nothing. Oh, Wasteland is sweet. Yeah, I'll play that. And then I will... That was a pretty nice draw, wasn't it? None of this is fixing you. But I guess this one looks a little bit better. And then I get a 5-3 and another trigger. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Go for the throat is something. And then, yeah, I guess I might as well attack, right? Can block Lutri. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm at 21, so yeah, I might as well attack. Oh, Unlicensed Hearse. What am I doing? I somehow forgot. I just overrode in my brain that Unlicensed Hearse can become a creature. Okay, that was stupid. Because this doesn't even go to the bin now. No, my bad. My bad. It's been a complicated game. And in fact, a complicated match of Magic. I'll just pause this while they think about whether I have some kind of a trick. Current block, yep. No, I just forgot. Straight up forgot. My bad. I can Necromancy a card from their bin, perhaps. Okay, go ahead and do it. I'm just an idiot. They've been thinking for a long time about what trick I can possibly have, very rationally. I just straight up forgot that Unlicensed Hearse is now a 10/10. Okay, go ahead. It's fine. I don't have a trick. My bad. My bad. It's a 10/10. Goodbye. Unlicensed Hearse is just... I feel like I've been using so much of my brain power to try to figure out how to get around this Unlicensed Hearse. I had no brain power left for like normal Magic cards. And I kind of forgot I can't even attack. I can't even attack into Unlicensed Hearse because it's so monumentally huge at this point. Oh well, my bad. Pretty bad mistake, but also I feel like I've been lost since turn 2. I don't really have an answer in this deck to Unlicensed Hearse. Maybe I should, but main decking... the only reason to play this card is if you face Reanimator. So this person probably put this in their deck specifically thinking, well, if I face Reanimator, it'll be good. And if you face Reanimator, it's incredible. It's essentially turning the Reanimator deck off completely. But if you don't face Reanimator, it's pretty much blank. Okay, I'll see what this is. I'm not sure what this is. But I'll go ahead and double block. The reason I'm doing this is... Okay, if they were able to kill something, I will have an instant speed Necromancy. So now they can exile one of these at a time. Okay. Okay, all right, so we're actually starting to get our stuff online, right? So first, why don't I attack? The issue with attacking is, of course, they do get to... They actually cannot crew, can they? No, they actually can't crew. All right, so I will attack because they can't crew. They don't have a creature to crew this with. 3, 4. All right, I will bring back Titania then. Oh, they don't get priority. Interesting. They don't get priority to remove Titania. That's cool. So they did exile Wasteland, unfortunately. All right, next. Bonk you. Then I will play... Okay, so how can I do this? If I play Unmarked Grave... Yeah, they probably won't expect the instant speed Reanimator. That's what I'm banking on. I'm just going to bank on them not expecting the instant speed reanimation. So let's grab Archon. Let's put Archon in the bin. Play this tapped. And I'm hoping they basically just think like, what the heck? All right, so I have to leave 3 up. So end, I'm going to let you target Archon. They might just not do it. The clever thing to do here would be just don't even try to target anything. Right? I do get to respond, don't I? Pretty sure. They're very rationally thinking. Can they copy? Yeah, they can copy unlicensed hearse. That's pretty nasty. All right, in response, I will bring back Archon. This is what I've been waiting for ever since I fetched Reanimator from my deck. They have a treasure, but not a clue. I wonder why they have priority. Oh, I guess they can sack something to Legion Extruder. All right, we will get back. No, I don't think I want any of that. I think I want Archon. Thank you. All right, in comes Archon. Okay. All right, hey. Maybe we have a hope. I mean, they still have a 10-10. And Go for the Throat does not kill 10-10s, so that's a little scary. Although, if I can kill... Well, I have to kill 2 of their creatures for them to not be able to crew their 10-10. So that's also scary. And I only have 9 cards left, so Overlord can't attack anymore. Oh, 8 cards. Youch. All right, resolve. And yes, that was the end of my turn. So what can you do? You can make it 3/3. Oh yeah, you can also keep doing this to make more things to crew unlicensed hearse with. Okay, but I still have not seen Infernal Grasp. If I can Infernal Grasp their unlicensed hearse, then I solve my whole problem. Honestly, maybe Vaultborn Tyrant would have been more of a hindrance than anything. Oh yeah. That's a downside of Necromancy as well. So I still didn't get Infernal Grasp. Still did not get Infernal Grasp. I think we're still toast. Basically, digging for Infernal Grasp did not succeed in time. So I think we're still toast. What a game. What a game. All right. Pass to attackers. Yep, you may go in. If I draw Infernal Grasp, then maybe I have a hope. I think I can't mill anymore because milling Infernal Grasp is just GG. Destroy target non-artifact creature is so nasty. That's just so nasty. I don't know. I guess I'll play a Generous Ent because it has reach. It's no longer about... Yeah, and I'll put the Greaves on it. It's no longer about Reanimator. It's just about this unlicensed hearse being a Colossus. Like, that's how they're dealing that's how they're going to deal damage to me. It's just that their unlicensed hearse is an absolute Colossus. So if we can kill it during normal combat, then I'm feeling good. Maybe I just should have tried to draw and play Archon of Cruelty the main way, the normal way, so that it would stick around. I feel like we would have won this like 20 minutes ago if they didn't have unlicensed hearse. We would have just Damnation when they got the Ocelot Pride, and then it would have been like Ivorian Elite Spellbinder versus Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh well. This has been like a half-hour game of Magic. I just keep pausing while the opponent is pondering, either because it's unclear what they should do or because I do something so boneheaded that they can't even believe it and they have to triple check what possible answers I could have. Okay, that's an Infernal Grasp. That is an Infernal Grasp. So maybe what I do is I cannot attack with Overlord any longer. How do I win this game? I guess I'll attack with Generous Ent. Yeah, I guess I'll attack with Generous Ent. That sounds good. Let's go in with Generous Ent. I can't really attack with Overlord, unfortunately. And I can't hold back my reach creature, also, unfortunately. I think maybe just chump blocking is the thing for them to do. But there's only so long that you can chump block, right? I don't think they're playing a deck that has tons of card advantage. It looks like it's a pretty standard Boros aggro deck, except with a blue splash and unlicensed hearse. The thing about the blue splash actually does scare me. I wonder if they have, I don't know, Time Walk or something. All right, tough decision for the opponent. Make a token that's a copy of Sage of the Skies. All right, sounds like a good opportunity for me to go for its throat. I don't know if that was the right play, but it felt right in the moment, so I did it. It felt right in the moment, so I did it. Titania is kind of nice with Restless Cottage. Okay, no token. Are they going to risk their unlicensed hearse? It is their win condition in that it's like their hugest thing. Okay, they're not going to risk it in combat. That's kind of nice for me. Okay, and then you can, yes, you can chump block infinite times. I forgot about that. But the thing is, if I'm attacking with multiple creatures, then you don't really have that luxury, do you? So I'll play a land, I'll play Titania, and I'm holding up Infernal Grasp. Yeah, you cannot chump block infinite times. I guess I'll put the Lightning Greaves on Overlord. You cannot chump block multiple creatures infinite times is the thing. What a grinding game. I do feel proud of my deck that even up against Unlicensed Hearse, it's holding on until like almost decking. I do feel proud of that. The Legion Extruder is really nice for the chump blocking purposes. I don't really have a lot of tramplers. I don't know if I have pretty much any threats left. All my best creatures are exiled or are out there. I hope that they do attack me. I only have one card in hand. They've had a lot of opportunities to draw counter magic. I'm very concerned about what this blue splash is about. Starting next turn, I'm just going to start attacking with everything, though. Absolutely. No questions asked. Kiki-Jiki can make a copy of Unlicensed Hearse, but it's not a very impressive copy, I think. Oh man, you're still not attacking with Unlicensed Hearse? They're just trying to win on decking, I guess. So maybe I do just try to kill Kiki-Jiki. Kill Kiki-Jiki. Activate Restless Cottage. Okay, no, let's start with the Restless Cottage, right? So Kiki-Jiki is going to make a token every turn. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Let's snuff out the Kiki-Jiki. I think so, right? Holding Infernal Grasp for Unlicensed Hearse. Yeah, let's snuff out the Kiki-Jiki right now. You can make a copy. I accept that. Yeah, you can make a copy. Resolve. And then I guess I don't have an attack. I can attack with Restless Cottage, but then I don't have Infernal Grasp up. I'll re-equip the Greaves. Yeah, okay, fine. 5 cards left. This is ridiculous. All right, away goes that token. I'm just trying to get them off of infinite chump blocker mode. That's my main priority here. Okay, you're sacking your talisman to get a 3/3. Oh, tedious. Tedious, tedious, tedious. And then a bunch of tapping. This has been, I've been pausing a lot. This has been like more than a half-hour game of Magic, and I feel like I lost on turn 2. There might have been angles for me to win, but it's just been like an absolute slog of stamina to stay focused and try to find the best line. And I only have 5 cards left in my deck. Okay. All right, they played a Plains. I'm doing a lot of pausing and unpausing during long sequences. All right. So if they activate the Hearse in attack, I will grasp that Hearse in a heartbeat. Otherwise, if they just attack with some 3/3s, I'll block with the Ent and the Overlord. And what happens, happens. Like, if they have some combat trick, my card will die. I kind of suspect they have a land left. They've been holding exactly 1 card for a long time. It could be a counter spell. I haven't really played anything that they would probably counter in a good while. I don't know how much they care about Titania when they have a massive number of 3/3s. I have 5 turns to win, or thereabouts. But I am making attacks every turn. I am the beatdown right now. I have many attacks to make, and I will be making them. Titania means that Restless Cottage is a pretty annoying one to block. Animate Dead, you say. Not a useful card. All right, just activate my cottage and go in, right? Activate the cottage. I'll hold Titania back, but everything else is going to attack. Let's see if they have a counterspell. If they have a counterspell and can protect their hearse, then it's absolutely curtains for me. All right, I'll exile. I don't know. What might you recur? Maybe there's some world where you would try to get back, I don't know, something. Get rid of that, make a food. All right. Well, I mean, what's my hope? My hope is that they... Oh, shit, I just milled myself out. I wasn't supposed to attack with the Overlord. Okay, what a game. I wasn't supposed to attack with the Overlord. I don't think there was any way that I was going to be able to push enough damage. Not the most fun game I've ever played. Unlicensed Hearse just hosed me. I guess I could have saved us all quite a lot of time by just conceding on turn 2. But yeah, I mean, they were playing the hoser. I feel like my deck lined up really well against theirs, except for one card, Unlicensed Hearse. I think if they hadn't had the Hearse, we stood a very good chance of winning, from what I saw. Probably would have casted Damnation 25 minutes ago and then just recurred something and done pretty well for ourselves. But hey, it doesn't always happen. All right, this is looking pretty sweet. Probably Vampiric Tutor is going to get... Well, I don't even know. I don't know if I even do Tutor. I kind of want to just go Animate Dead into... Unmarked Grave into Animate Dead. Pirate Spellbomb is fine. I'll play this. I don't think I even Tutor here, do I? I technically could just get an Entomb. Do I want to do that? This is fine, right? I'll let them get whatever they want. I have Death. I have Death if they take Animate Dead, and I have Animate Dead if they take Death. If they take Unmarked Grave, I'm going to go grab an Entomb right now. If they take Unmarked Grave, I can replace it. I could also get Go for the Throat and get back my Unmarked Grave, but that's one turn slower. So we're playing against some kind of black-red something. They might be on Reanimator. I have to be very aware of that possibility. Okay, so end of turn, I'm going to get an Entomb. Oh, I guess I could... Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, I was thinking I could go for Snuff Out, but that is still one turn sooner. I could also go for Collective Brutality, discarding Titania, and killing... Oh, that's kind of good, right? And making sure that they don't have a Reanimator. That's kind of good, actually. I discard Titania, take Reanimate if they have it out of their hand, and I kill their bat. Yeah, let's do that one. I think that's a good one. I like that a lot. So I'll do this. Target creature gets -2/-2, and discard, and I choose something from your hand. And I'm going to pitch my Titania to make that happen. Looking good, looking good. Let's see what I get from their hand. It's really nice to have full information about what your opponent's doing in Cube. If they have an unlicensed Hearse, I'm going to scream. You can't do any Pirate Spellbomb shenanigans. Do they have Force of Will? They have Force of Will. Oh, wow. Are they going to reanimate my Titania now? Don't do it to me, please. Holy smokes. Don't reanimate my Titania. Oh, that would make me cry. That would be something else. All right, Ponder. You don't get... The Arena client doesn't show you what your opponent did with Ponder, does it? It's not like 1 top, 2 bottom or whatever. Soul Guide Lantern? Everyone is playing Reanimator hosers. How do I win? How do I win? Everyone is playing the ultimate hosers of Reanimator. I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do. Like, wow, I guess everyone is just main decking answers to Reanimator now. I guess the Reanimator deck is cooked. I guess the Reanimator deck is cooked. Like every game I'm up against the ultimate hosers of Reanimator. Like I had a turn 2 unmarked grave into a turn 3 animate dead. And by the time I do that, my opponent has completely disrupted my game plan permanently. Like, there's nothing I can do about Soul Guide Lantern. So I can flash in a Fury. I can flash in a Fury, and they can't even exile it from their graveyard. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, that's the plan. New plan. New plan. Soul Guide Lantern is much worse against Reanimator than Hearse, right? Don't counter me. If you daze me, I might actually cry. That might actually make me cry. Right? Okay. I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. I'm after your Fury. I'm after your Fury. What I want to do is zap that. That's the only one I can target, right? So I'm going to zap that guy. Get back my unmarked grave. Soul Guide Lantern is gone. And I have a Fury, but it's going to get sacrificed. Suplex. No. Hold on. No. I cast it. Yeah, I cast it at instant speed, so it was going to die anyways, right? Okay. All right. 5 wins. I'm happy with that. We beat the Soul Guide Lantern. I'm happy with that. We found the way around Soul Guide Lantern. That's pretty awesome. No complaints here. On to win number 6. Let's hope. All right. Just no more unlicensed hearses, please. Please. Please no more. Okay. Entombment to animate dead. That's pretty sweet. Yep. Don't hate it. With a demonic tutor to back things up and a damnation if things go really wrong. Yeah, I don't hate it. So I am opening myself to Spell Pierce here, but I'm closing myself off to Reanimate. Okay. Entomb. Let's go for Vaultborn Tyrant this time. I'm just feeling like Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay, I'm actually going to pass here end step. Just, I don't know what could happen. Black Lotus, I guess. If I do this during your turn, Black Lotus is a way of punishing me. All right, and then I will animate the dead. All right, folks. Turn 2, Vaultborn Tyrant. That's called Vintage Cube. That's a little thing I like to call the Vintage Cube. How good is sacking your own Vaultborn Tyrant to natural order? It just feels wasteful to me, but I don't know if it's actually good. Now I can Wasteland your Triome? That's a little bit unfair. That's a little bit unfair. And even the unlicensed hearse can't hurt me now. Crossing my fingers as I say that. If you bounce my Vaultborn Tyrant, maybe I'm in trouble. Moxjet, there's a lot that they could do here. There's a lot that they could do here. Barrogoyf. Okay, I'm not too concerned about Barrogoyf. I think I do just attack into it. Perfectly happy to get the token, and then any Reanimator spell lets me recast my Vaultborn Tyrant for double triggers. Sounds good. Okay, they didn't even block it. That makes sense to me. I'll play a Wasteland. I'm going to get rid of your Triome, even though it makes your Barrogoyf bigger. And then maybe I tutor for... What do I tutor for? Could be Titania. No, I think I want a, like, Birds of Paradise or something. Or do I want a reanimation spell? Do I even know what I want? Maybe I don't tutor yet. Yeah, I'm going to tutor. I think it's right to just tutor if you can. Let's get... Snuff Out's pretty good. Death, Life and Death could be pretty good. Oh, Lightning Greaves. I don't hate that. I kind of do just want a Birds of Paradise so that I can natural order my own birds next turn, play a Titania, start wheeling Wastelands. Maybe it's Archon of Cruelty. Okay, what are my candidates? Birds of Paradise would be nice. Oh no, I actually can't cast that next turn. Okay, maybe I will get a Necromancy then. That might just be a good one to have in my back pocket. Or Life and Death. Let's take Necromancy. So basically, if they kill my Vaultborn Tyrant, then I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy, but... Alright, take the damage. I guess this is consistent with them not blocking last turn. I guess I could have gotten a removal spell for Barogoyf. All right, you get a Caustic Bronco, perhaps. I don't know if they're choked on lands or just reserving judgment on what land they want to play until after they saw what their mill turned up. Caustic Bronco. Yeah, maybe they are choked on lands. Nope. They just had a tap land. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. I'll play this. Maybe finding Necromancy was not my smartest move. I just kind of like the idea of Damnation into Necromancy. That seems kind of sweet. All right. I'm doing a lot of damage, but I'm not sure if it's making a difference for me here. Yeah, they didn't pull anything too awesome from their Barogoyf. Okay, so they could saddle up the Caustic Bronco if they want to, or they could just attack with both. They'll probably attack with both. I just feel like I'm doing pretty well in this race. Next turn I can natural order getting Titania, but I can't get Titania and play Wasteland and activate Wasteland all in the same turn, unfortunately. Probably I just wanted Damnation next turn. They don't have Path to Exile colors. Or Path to Exile or Sword Splashes. I always say Path to Exile because I played so much Conflux. I literally have like probably 13 Path to Exiles that I drafted in 2000 and whatever, 2009 or something. This is a long video. It's a lot of thinking happening. There's a lot of reanimating happening. I reanimated Amazing Threat and then it just doesn't win me the game yet. What I would like is for them to play something scary. I mean, not scary, but like, I don't know. Play some 5/5 that doesn't have an amazing ETB. And then I Damnation next turn. Okay, you got an Archfiend. Yeah, if you play your Archfiend, I think I'm happy. If you play your Archfiend, I think I'm happy. So pass to damage, bonk, bonk. Mill 4, you get something. It does have a lifelink. Lifelink is so annoying. You get your Tursa. Okay. I'm hoping that Damnation is just really good here. Damnation and then Necromancy my own Vaultborn Tyrant. So end of turn I could Necromancy or Harvester to make a blood token. That doesn't seem like a good, like the slowest cycling ever of a Necromancy. Quarry Steel Cutter, and then what? And then something to make the creature, I assume? Because they didn't play Archfiend. Maybe they're reading that I have Damnation. If they're holding up a counter, I'm really unhappy. Oh, that's really bad for me. That's really bad for me, right? Okay, what if I try Damnation and then next turn I would natural order? Let's try Damnation. Then I can, if they counter it, I'll block with Vaultborn Tyrant. I assume this is a counter. 100% this is a counter spell. This way I get to play natural order, sacking my Vaultborn Tyrant, getting the token out of the Vaultborn Tyrant, and getting Titania back, and playing Wasteland on the same turn and blowing up their Restless Vents. So go ahead and counter this. I'm just counting on them not, like, absolutely running me over with this Barogoyf. Because this is my removal for Barogoyf. All right, they're thinking hard about countering it. Oh, maybe they have removal for Vaultborn Tyrant in response. Interesting. Okay, all right, I see. Okay, that's interesting. I don't hate that because it puts it in my graveyard. They do get something scary here. I don't know what, but they do get something scary. So I will Necromancy my own Vaultborn Tyrant. Tursa, wheeling some cards, sure. Time Spiral and Essica's Chariot. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are cards that you cannot, well, Essica's Chariot you could not play. Time Spiral is just a little slow, I guess. Not really the point of what's happening here. I could play Overlord and mill a bunch, but I don't think that makes that much sense. What's this? What's this doing over there? You're able to cast this somehow? What happened? I'm not sure I get what happened there. Oh, it's exile that card and you can play this turn. So they exiled that. That was a Tursa ability. Got it. cube is so complicated. Do I just start impending my overlord? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I'm going to Necromancy Vaultborn Tyrant and see what I get. Oh, you have a counter spell for this? Okay. Phew. That was scary. All right, I'll get Vaultborn Tyrant. Maybe they have a flash. That was scary. Okay, I get a Generoscent. I don't think I want to cycle Generoscent. I guess I... Do I impending this? It's kind of a good card to play next turn. But maybe Natural Order is just what I want to play next turn. Yeah. I don't think I want to impend the Overlord right now. I think I want it on the battlefield. I think I want to just cast it. It's like my best play next turn. Assuming that Vaultborn Tyrant doesn't get like absolutely nerfed here. They're about to play something end of my turn. I wonder what it is. Okay, they played a Malcolm. That's a good one. So Malcolm is going to hit me. Then you get to loot. But you have to do that 4 times, which probably would have me dead, in order to do more than that. Yeah, they can play Archfiend. That would be pretty bad for me. I kind of want to just slap down a... I don't know. I mean, Natural Order wheeling Wasteland with Titania feels pretty good. Okay, I don't know what they're representing here. I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm absolutely blocking. I can't just be taking whatever 7 every turn. So I think I have to block here. What do you have? Oh, Go for the Throat. Okay. This is Go for the Throat? Okay, that's fine. So you turn my guy into a token? Sure. I guess you could have done that pre-combat, so I'm not sure what that does for you. But okay, it means that I cannot Natural Order and get a token back. Okay, so this guy comes in, gain 3, draw a card. Well, could have been a better card. Okay, resolve. Yeah. I really want to get Titania and take care of your second black source, since I know that the last card that you have is Archfiend. Well, they're about to get another card, but since I know you have an Archfiend. Okay, Infernal Grasp is a nice answer to Archfiend, so why don't I just slap down a reach creature that makes a food, gain 3, draw a card, and then I'm holding Infernal Grasp. Ooh, Green Sun Zenith is awesome. That's my Titania right there. Do I attack? Yeah, I think I should attack here. They're not about to kill me, right? So I think I should be putting on some pressure. I have a lot of answers to whatever they're going to play. Yeah, all right. So you can only do that 1 time. They do have a Restless Vents, but they can't activate it unless they find another red source. Or, yeah, another red source. If they attack with everything, I'm just certainly just blocking Malcolm, I guess. Maybe Tursa. I don't really like this Tursa getting all these attacks. I think I've been lucky so far. Yeah, okay, I'll block Tursa. All right. Sure, block Tursa. See what you got. So I can Green Sun Zenith for 5, snapping up a Titania, play the Wasteland, get them off Restless Vents. That'll cost 6, leaving 1 mana, so I can't do that and hold up Infernal Grasp, but I think it's still worth it. Oh, Badlands is a good one, though. Carnage. Carnage. It's Carnage time. So now I can Infernal Grasp. So you didn't play the Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay, I think I have a lethal attack then, right? 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 That looks like a lethal attack. So I just go in with this guy. Did we get to 6 wins? Nice. 6 wins. 6 and 2. All right, so we get to play for a trophy. That's awesome. We get to play for a trophy. Super cool. All right, folks, we are 6-2, and we're playing for a trophy. Let's go. Let's take it home. All right. The opponent is appropriately named Win and In, because if we win, then we're into a trophy. I'll keep this. It's not a Reanimator hand, but it's an aggro hand. It's an aggro hand. I'll keep it. Keep my aggro hand. I would have preferred to get like an awesome... Oh, that's scary. That's scary. I would have preferred to get an awesome Reanimator hand, but okay, I can't complain about Demonic Tutor, right? That's pretty hard to complain about. Exile a card from a graveyard is a nasty one, but I do have Infernal Grasp for that. I think I might just be Infernal Grasping this immediately, because it does shut me down pretty badly. Actually, maybe I should have just blocked there. All right. Maybe I should have just blocked there. That's cheaper than Infernal Grasp, right? Go for the Throat's a nice one as well. Okay, what do I have for 2 mana in green? I could get a Tarmogoyf that's a 0/1, and I guess that's it, right? Or a Birds of Paradise. I think we'll save that. Maybe I'll just do Sunset Saboteur here. Maybe we'll just do Sunset Saboteur. Okay, maybe we'll do Sunset Saboteur, and this is like stupid of me. I should have blocked the Lion Sash, but maybe I'll just block it this time. So reconfigure, attach to a creature, but only as a sorcery. Okay. So this Tutor needs to give me payoffs and enablers. Pretty awkward. All right, they have a red source now. Yeah, I should have blocked the Lion Sash. It was so foolish. I just took an unnecessary damage against an aggro deck. Whoopsies. I'll snap block here, though. No, okay. Interesting. Wasteland has looked better than this. Let's go ahead and attack. And then just go for the Throat, whatever they... one of the blockers. Put a counter here. They might not block it. It's very possible. They are the aggro deck. They might just say, I can do damage faster than you. Okay, so I really wanted to go for the Throat this Lion Sash anyways. Hold on. It's a non-artifact creature. I really wanted to Infernal Grasp this Lion Sash anyways. So I think let's do this now. We're trading our Sunset Saboteur for a Thraben Inspector. It's okay. They probably don't have any non-basic lands. Is this the best trade ever? No, we went 2 for 2, but Thraben Inspector replaces itself. Oh, Wandering Emperor. But you have to discard a card for Ward, if you're going to do that. A counter? Oh, and against First Strike. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, that's not what I expected. That's pretty good. I needed to get rid of this Lion Sash anyways, though. What I did was lose my Sunset Saboteur. Can go for the Throat on Nia. Oh, okay. They do have a non-basic land. They can bounce their own Nia and keep getting value out of it. That's kind of cool. So they're Jeskai. It's not really Boros aggro, it's Jeskai. All right, I'll take the 3. It's fine. I would like another black source and either a payoff or an enabler. We're in a bit of an awkward position. Ugh. I don't even have black mana. And black mana really doesn't even do it because they would be left over with Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I really need to draw either a Reanimator payoff or a Reanimator enabler. This is an awkward situation. I can't even get Titania. I can't even get Titania. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I guess I can Demonic Tutor for a swamp? That feels horrible. Demonic Tutor for a swamp feels horrible. I need to do something, right? I'm just cooked. So I guess I Demonic Tutor. What do I have more of? Payoffs or enablers? You know what? Maybe I do just Demonic Tutor for a swamp, Damnation, and then just try to draw well. They're going to get a million 2/2s. I'm going to Demonic Tutor for a Swamp. It's a very weak play, but I feel like if I do nothing, I'm actually just lost. I think if I do nothing, I'm completely lost. So, because look at this. They're about to flip Nia. They can flip Nia, bounce Nia, make a 2-2 every turn. The other play, which maybe was better, I'm curious what everyone thinks. The other play that maybe was better would be to, it would be to have just guessed whether I want to pay off or an enabler by looking at what's the most common. Like I have a few more enablers than payoffs or vice versa. And then just grabbing. Oh, I should have blocked also because I actually have enough to pay for damnation. Yeah, and then just grabbing the other one. But it's like, look, I'm almost dead already. Okay, well, Caracas is tapped, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then, of course, I just drew a swamp. All right, well, I guess I send the Mystic at the 4-4. Or at the 4 loyalty counter Planeswalker. So next turn, I can actually go ahead and fetch Titania with Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, pretty awkward. Pretty awkward all around. I guess if I had found, maybe I could have said I just have to draw a swamp. And I could have found, oh, I just draw Titania. Okay. That's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, I guess I could have found like a reanimation spell and just said like I have to draw a swamp. Maybe that's a better play. Just say like I have to draw a swamp to win. That's just gonna happen. Table stakes, I have to draw a swamp to win. So I'm gonna get Necromancy or something so that after I damnation, I can bring back my own. The thing is though, all their cards were not individually powerful creatures. It's not like bringing back my own untransformed Nia is very good. But if they had out like an Atraxa, then maybe the play would be like, just assume I'm going to draw a swamp to play damnation, and let's just get a necromancy. All right, see what they've got. All right. Touch the Spirit Realm on my token, sure. The only card I can get is Goyf, but I guess Goyf is pretty good. You have First Strike. Oh, so I have to chump block. Yeah, that's a bit bad for me. Well, I can kill it, at least. I can kill it with Go for the Throat. So if I draw land, I think I can 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no matter what, I can tutor up a Goyf. First, let's attempt to Go for the Throat on this guy. Let's see what you get. Then I'm going to tutor up a Goyf. X equals 2. You have something? No. Okay, yep, GG. Yep, that's it. Good game. Yeah, their deck was just like a really good aggro deck. They had like all super high quality cards. All right, yeah, that was super fun. Yes, as I say, I do post a new limited video every single day. I try to make fun decks like this Reanimator build around that are competitive and can win some games. And today, I think it worked really well. This was maybe my best Reanimator deck, certainly in the current incarnation of the Arena Cube. And I will be posting Cube videos every day until Lorwyn comes out, I believe. So hopefully we can get past 6 wins and actually get that trophy next time. Until then, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.